Hi everybody, Wave 3 News Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Hokey video blog update. It's going to be a scorcher out there as we move throughout our Sunday. We are just about to Labor Day weekend, one more week until we are in the full midst of that. Let's get to today's Hokey weather fact first. We've got some storms in the forecast this afternoon and the next several afternoons, really. So let's talk about thunder at night, something we may hear just a little bit of before things are all said and done when the storms fade a little bit after sunset. Thunder at night can be louder than it is during the daytime. What happens is an inversion. And an inversion gets set up at night, and that's when the warm air gets situated aloft and the cooler air is toward the ground. That happens because we lose the sunlight, so the ground isn't heated up, so the ground cools, but the air above it does not quite so much. So that thunder likes to bounce around between that layer of warm air aloft and the ground, so it's like having a little bit of a reverberation. It's like setting off a firecracker in a gym as opposed to setting off a firecracker outside. You can tell your friends you learned that on today's Hokey weather fact. Beautiful view from our Kentucky One Health SkyTrack camera in South Louisville. Temperatures in the upper 60s to lower to middle 70s this morning. Radar view is nice and quiet around here. A couple of light sprinkles out to our east near where Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia come together. Otherwise, high pressure today keeps us hazy, hot, and humid as it pipes air out of the Gulf of Mexico straight on up here. Now, we are going to see some more scattered storms develop today, and we will definitely keep an eye on those for an isolated severe thunderstorm warning like yesterday. Most of these won't be severe, and it's only a 30% chance, so don't cancel your plans today. Much like yesterday, they will be hit and miss. It's not a washout. Whatever phrases we can use to say it's not going to rain all day, we're going to use them this morning. Try to get this message across here. All right, so here's what it looks like on Futurecast. We may have a storm or two that tries to develop over 75, and then that would try to go westward with the outflow boundary as that storm develops, and that may try to give some more storms for Lebanon down to Campbellsville early this afternoon. We'll see if that develops. The radar right now, it's just not showing signs of that yet. We'll have to wait another hour or two for the satellite view to really show us if that's going to be the case. But otherwise, this afternoon, more of those widely scattered storms. Make it a little bit of an uptick before the sunsets or around sunset this evening. I think Futurecast is overdoing the post-sunset storms there. But we'll see how that works out. By tomorrow morning, we should be rain-free, temperatures in the 60s and 70s again. Here's a quick tropical update. All right, so Gaston, where you see out to our east that big red line out there with the hurricane symbols. Yep, Gaston's going to be a hurricane here. It already is a hurricane, Category 1 storm. It's going to be moving into Category 2 status and not affecting us. It doesn't even look like it's going to affect Bermuda at all. So no problems for us or any of our interests here in the United States. But this storm, well, not even a storm yet, but this system, this tropical wave, what we call Invest 99L. And why do we call it that? Well, it's the National Hurricane Center's designation for areas of low pressure in the Atlantic and the Pacific that they are investigating, hence the term invest. So if you ever see that on Twitter or social media, that's what that means. It's basically this right here. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, does it? Not a whole lot of convection or thunderstorm activity with it. It's kind of lopsided, kind of elongated. There's kind of an area of circulation trying to get set up right about here on some of the latest scans. It's just not a whole lot. This thing has had so much social media drama associated with it that it's been nauseating. That's what happens this time of year in hurricane season. All the social media fanatics get out there and try to play this up as a big deal, and it's not a big deal yet. The big deal that I would say is out of this right now, that if there were to be a big deal, is the fact that it is over the Cuba area right now. There are mountains, and there are all sorts of land features that are preventing this thing from getting together. It's been relatively weak throughout the entirety of its lifespan. It's not even been a tropical depression yet. I mean, that's tiny. There's nothing there. The only thing we need to watch out for the United States is what happens when it gets out here in the Gulf. It may try to organize somewhat. It may try to go toward tropical storm status. We'll see. I mean, at this point, even though the Gulf waters are very warm, it has just struggled its entire lifetime here, and tropical systems that come out of these situations stronger. So if it starts to strengthen right about here, then I'd be a little concerned. But if it's still limping along out here, there's not going to be much to this. A lot of heavy rain and some flooding, certainly. Even for folks in Cuba, they've received 3 to 4 inches of rain. South Florida, the Florida Keys may have some problems. So still some travel issues for Miami down toward the Key West area, even areas just south of Tampa, West Palm Beach, that area down that way, may have some issues. So keep an eye on it if you're traveling down that way. Otherwise, if you're traveling toward the Gulf Coast over the next several days, do monitor the tropics extensively here. Nothing to be worried about yet, but we could have some issues depending on where this recurves. Right now, the average or the mean recurvature is right about there. So maybe kind of popping it in through Apalachicola, and then, well, just east of Apalachicola, I should say, and toward the Jacksonville area. We'll see on that one. The current water temperatures are a little concerning. They are in the mid-80s. This is bath water, not hot tub water. It doesn't really get that hot down there, but it's enough to cause some concern. So as that storm tries to traipse its way over the Gulf waters, this is where we could have some issues with some strengthening here. So keep an eye on it, and we'll keep an eye on it too. Here's a 7-day breakdown. Those storm chances this afternoon maximized. After around, say, 3, 4 o'clock, it's going to be a 30% chance. Highs in the lower 90s, maybe a degree cooler than yesterday with a few more of those scattered storms running around, and the heat index value will be close to 100 degrees. If you're grilling out tonight like I am, and I am so looking forward to that right now, it's probably because I'm hungry. Anybody have a cheeseburger for me? I'm hungry right now. 7 o'clock, 88 degrees. We'll be down in the mid-80s by 8 p.m. The storm chance goes down through the evening, so if you're eating outside a little bit later, say after 7, 8 o'clock, I think you'll be in pretty decent shape. All right, so we keep the storm chances in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Slightly less chance on Tuesday. Kind of a backdoor. It's not even a front. It's just a lower humidity, lower precipitable water, lower water content in the atmosphere, boundary kind of moving through from the northeast. That moves through Tuesday. Then by Thursday, look what happens. A front comes through Wednesday night, and it makes things perfect. I mean, the weather is absolutely perfect as we head throughout our Thursday. Highs in the mid-80s, lower humidity, plenty of sunshine, perfect for that U of L first home football game. It's going to be this big batch of air coming in from Canada. It's looking a little stronger on some of the latest data here. And that means that we have had an effect on our forecast because of that stronger, cooler air moving in. So I've lowered our high temperature on Friday down to 82. Isn't that just perfect? Oh my gosh, WorldFest is going to be absolutely beautiful. Starts at 11 a.m., goes to 11 p.m. on Friday, and that goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day on Monday. Remember, this upcoming weekend is Labor Day weekend, and if you're heading out to touchdown Friday night, you will not be sweating it out. 70s the entire time, clear skies. I got to get plans together for an outdoor picnic or something. I mean, it's going to be perfect. And we're still going to be in late August, early September by that time. So it'll be the dog days of summer continuing, but without the dog days feel outside. I want to give you a quick look at the 14-day earliest alert outlook. I have reintroduced the 90s again. You knew they had to come back into the forecast, right? And that'll be throughout the 5th of September. So about 9 days from now, we will get that back in the forecast. And I think we'll keep those 90s through about the 7th or about, say, 10 days from now. And then through 8th and 9th of the month, we may see just a little bit of a cool down. We'll see how that goes. All right, guys, that's it for now. We've got a brand new newscast on Sunday morning starting today from 9 to 10 a.m. That's a permanent change, and we'll be on starting at 6 a.m. on Sundays from now on as well. So I get an extra hour of sleep, and you get an extra hour with me from 9 to 10 a.m. this morning. We'll see you then.